And we are back with another episode of the Squarebidness podcast. I'm here with two very special guests. Two very special guests. Can y'all do my audience a favor and introduce yourself?
Well, they call me Fox, you know what I'm saying? Host of the Foxy Lady Show down here, Foxy Lady Podcast on Texas 101 Jams. We're a podcast / radio show, so we trying to, get some underground music in or some artists that you know of, but just not the songs that they are playing on the radio. Keep it locked in.
I like that. What about you, OG?
This is my name is Jhiame Sinatra, SUC Jhiame Sinatra. Yeah, you got that right. Yeah, the legendary hit maker for the SUC Screwed Up Click. You feel me? And we just glad to be here with K Stacks. We already feeling your music, so now I want to see what the show about.
Man, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had to. I was blessed to have the opportunity to come on y'all show yesterday, and I feel right at home when I got there, so I appreciate that. So let's do this. What even made you guys want to get into that game?
I'll talk on that because Jhiame has actually been like our resident OG, co-host. That could fill in, every time I don't have my co-host available, or sometimes you need that balance of a male and female counterpart. So I got into it really because I started hating what I was hearing on the radio. I was hating the repeats, the non-individuality when you change from sister station or station to station. Even now our R&B station sounds like
the same.
The hip-hop station, baby, just from 20 years ago. Right. So it just came to a point of, hey, we're saturated with the same repetition, and there is really great music and great talent, and sometimes it's hard to know what to pull up on a stream when you don't know what to look for.
So you saw the radio station. You like, you know what? I'm tired of hearing the same programming bull crap that they put in our face. I'm tired of y'all
feeding me the same BS that y'all know y'all don't subscribe to.
So you feel like you could have did better. That's why you jumped in the game.
I had to. If they a real program. At one point, I used to hear some real radio programming, and now I'm just hearing whatever I guess is getting you the bag. But that's the bag for you. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I need you to feed me as a listener. So I feel like that was missing, and that's what needed to happen.
Right. What about you, Jhiame? How did you I guess fall in love with trying to be in a broadcasting lane? Because it's something different. You know what I'm saying? Right. We go get into your background, but knowing from what you do, and then jumping into this lane, right?
Yeah.
What made you want to do
that? Well, I've been really wanting to be on some radio personality thing because being in it 37 years, all I've done was interviews. So I always would like to ask a question too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So even when they interviewed me, it was just such a natural flow, and we was going back and forth, and it was so magical. I ain't left since. You know what I'm saying? So and I noticed that Foxy Lady Show 101 Jams played a very diverse of music. Yeah. And kept it. Shouts out to Go Getter for putting that Texas 101 Jams, together. But it's like it was just such a diverse of music. Yeah. And then all of a sudden we shut the music down and we get into some real thought provoking shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just kind of. I'm very, at this age of my life, I know I'm gonna have to make a transition one day, you know what I'm saying, and play music just so I can make myself happy at the house. Yeah. But it's really a thing. So me and Fox here, we came up with our future show is gonna be Beauty in the G, and that's gonna be on some relationship building to give people. That us from the streets, we still can make some things happen. Shouts out to First Lady of Big Shot Records and C-Note, who's probably celebrating their 25th or 26th, 27 year. I'm talking about kids came out of the slums of South Park, and came out of high school together to forge a family. They don't see a lot of that. We talking about C-Note who done, been through the streets for real, and you still got your family and still able to put your family together. So I'm really excited about what I'm about to do in the broadcasting world.
Yeah.
It's really a beautiful thing.
It's a whole nother lane, man. I'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I had to learn how to adjust myself. You feel me? So I get it. You know what I'm saying? And it is not easy. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Believe me, I be shaking. I'm like, nah, I haven't been scared to be in front of Mike for 30 years, but it's a whole nother ball game. I really appreciate it. You know, appreciate what I'm learning from the Foxxy Lady show and other shows and people that that I see other young people doing it, and they give me a boost to want to do it.
Well, that's what's up. That's what's up. You gonna get there? Let me ask you a question. So how long has it been since you started the radio show?
Well, at this particular platform, it's been, we just celebrated 3 years this past August. Had been dipping and dabbling in some stuff before, but now getting something concrete with a particular, it was different from that was the main point, not just having a podcast, but being able to share the music side too. Usually it's one or the other.
Right.
And I wanted to be able to give people real conversations, but also be able to let them hear real music that you're not exposed to commercially otherwise. It's something that you got to find, or it's something that you got to listen to the first 10 BS tracks on somebody's album before you get to the 11th
good song,
good one, and by that time, that's it. That's even if I'm giving them 10 tracks to listen, you know what I'm saying? Usually gonna get that little skip real quick. So, I'm trying to get them to, hey, the music sometimes that is being played on radio is a trend, but that ain't their best record. We all know that ain't their best record. We would prefer to hear their best record.
Right, that's the record that got the money behind it, that they trying to push,
radio.
Right?
So
right.
I'm going to let you hear the actual best record on the radio, and not just the record that goes with the times.
Right. Imagine this, where exactly are you from originally?
Well, originally, I am born and raised right here in Houston, Texas.
Right here.
Y'all that would not believe it, I am not from another place. I'm not a transient. I was born and raised Southwest Houston. There are females that got sense, that ain't super gangster, but still know how to keep their G right here in Houston, Texas.
In Houston, Texas. Let's talk about that.
It's not about the tricking. We're not about that, okay?
Why you feel like that is? Why you feel like people feel like,
Be honest, I didn't know people felt like that until I got feedback from other people that wasn't from Houston, Texas.
Straight up.
So I did not know. And I was like, I used to get asked all the time, like, where you from? And I'd be like, I'm from here. Like, you was born here in Houston?
Like they just can't believe it.
And I'd be like, yeah, I was born and raised here. I know it's, at first I thought it was because you do got a lot of, transfers and, people become Houstonians and you don't. It is harder to find people that are born and raised unless they stayed in their hood.
Yeah.
But I don't know what type of, I don't know what type of stereotype they got on us out here, these Houston ladies. But I will tell you that there are different types of us.
Yeah.
And some of us are not just about the whole trick bag.
Yeah.
Some of us are not super gangster, but we still know how to keep our G and keep our lady in check at the same time.
I like that. I like that. I like that. It's hard. So tell me, as a woman growing up in Houston, right? Like how was that? What type of kid was you? Going to school and stuff like that.
Be honest. I had great parents who raised me correctly. I'm very fortunate for that. I had a very great familial foundation. So even though was raised in, getting hood, out there in Southwest Houston, but they still kept me somewhat sheltered.
Right.
Or kept me busy. I won't say sheltered. They kept us busy doing stuff. So
kept you out of trouble.
Summer school, or somebody's camp, or park recreation, or piano lessons, gymnastic lessons, ballet lessons.
Yeah.
You was learning today.
Right.
Every day.
You being a woman from Houston, growing up and stuff like that, like at what point did you make that transition to wanting to be a broadcaster?
So shout out to my boy Azo, that it was actually his brainchild for me to be on the radio. He was listening to me and my homegirl talk about any type of topic, and and Jhiame knows we would just talk about anything in front of people. Now we didn't have to scale that back now, but we would talk about anything, but it would be a real conversation. And the way that we were, give an example of the way that we were talking, he was intrigued by how our conversation would go, and you know how our brains were working and how deep we were getting into it. So I can just appreciate that somebody saw what they saw in me and got me to where I need to be, and then once you get that opportunity, you got to take it there. And I'm taking off on that, and that's what it's been. And so I will say it is a learning process. It is a lot harder than what people perceive it to be. When you really have a passion for it, you're really serious about what's being put out there, and not just putting out anything just to have something out there.
Right, so, I agree. What type of challenges do you think you run across by having a male co-host, if any?
Well, because as as I have been, trying to step into more of my lady mode, and it's really hard, ladies. But sometimes that you got to kind of back down and let a male have it at that moment, and sometimes that's hard.
Yeah, being a woman that knowing you got something to say, huh?
Sometimes that's hard, but you gotta be like, I'm gonna let you have that.
Right. Well, let me ask you this: what are some benefits you think about having a male co-host?
You know what? One of the best benefits. Well, first of all, one of the good benefits is, first of all, I know on my end, I don't want to just be hearing no males talk all day, and I don't want to hear a male talk for a female and what they think females do, and I don't want to hear a female talking about what males do. That's their perception, and then I need that counter, position to actually verify or clear it up where their perception might be misguided.
Right.
So I think the best part about having a male counterpart is for us to be able to feed off of what those two different sides are. Hey, you can tell me what you see females do because of how your experience from females coming at you, and let me tell you my experience as living as a female.
Right.
So it's a way to give both experiences, so everybody else can identify or find what speaks to them, without me just inserting my own opinions on things.
I get it though. I get it. I mean, it will make sense. I feel like it's a good matchup, a man and a woman dynamic. So that way, like you said, if it's some pertaining women and women issues, who else better to know besides a woman? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes they get blurred when you don't have the other people. Yeah. So let's get into you, Jhiame. Talk to me, OG. Talk to me. So, where you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Memphis. I was born in Mississippi, but I was raised in Memphis. And in the summertime, I go down to Mississippi with my dad, and one of the time I was with my mom and my grandma in Memphis.
Yeah. Memphis, they got good barbecue out here. Huh?
Oh, good everything.
Good everything?
Man, I'm gonna gain 100 pounds when I go there for Thanksgiving. I promise.
Okay, so at what age did you move to Houston?
I moved here when I was 16, approaching 17. Yeah, and by the time I was 17, we was all moved in. And I had to go a grade back because I didn't have Texas social studies history. Yeah. So they held me over the grade. And I had 4 or 5 requirements I didn't meet on this particular, why they do it.
Right.
But I needed that because it allowed me to mature the way I should be before I get up out of there.
What caused that move though?
My mom said she wanted a better life. She was watching Dallas one time. I don't know why we in Houston, because she was so caught up on Dallas. And I thought that's what I would have been. If I'd have been in Dallas, I'd have probably been way, way further. But
y'all didn't go to Dallas, y'all still was fans.
We had to go to
Right. I can see you being a Cowboys fan.
When you're in Rome, you do what Rome do.
Right.
I ain't gonna wear red on a crib block. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up. Yeah,
but I was always taught the code and ethics of where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I go into a new city with my crew or my group or whatever, I would always meet with the head lieutenants or whatever, and
Right.
Know the right origin of how you do, because you can lose your life out here in this world of music if you don't know the protocol. So I was always taught.
I mean, so how was that adjusting? You said you like 14, 15 when you came?
Nah, I was like right at 17.
I was 17 by the weekend today.
It was easy to adjust cause I really saw Houston as, like a big Memphis. A lot of people thought Memphis was a country town back then. They know better now.
Yeah.
But I say, hey man, it's just a big Memphis. And I just got to get in where I fit in with my people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
How was it getting in with your people? Like finding the people that,
Well, first when I first got here, just even me being in the talent show, I got booed in the first talent show. And people that was hearing me, listening to me, they could tell I could really sing that song. So one time in the cafeteria, they made me see the football player made me sing the song, and I sung the song. And after that, I was one of the most famous cats in school, so it was real easy and real good.
Are you telling me Jhiame used to be...
get to that next level where, back then, we didn't want no money. We want the girls.
Yeah, that's all it was. So, you telling me they used to be singing, huh?
Yeah, I always been a singer, man, and that's how I ended up with the Cleanup Man, singing the hooks on the Cleanup Man with the D. So I always been a singer through it. I was here like maybe 6 months, and everybody knew.
That's hard.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's what's up. Tell us how you originally got hooked up with the Screwed Up Clique.
Well, originally I got hooked up because, first of all, Screw came to me with LD first, and I did a little work on him, but LD ended up going for a vacation. So after that, I ended up hooking back up with Screw I ended up hooking back up with Screw through Mo, because I ended up doing Mo before even Screw got with him, and then Mo did his thing. Then my real cement was the Diamonds All in Your Face with C-Note, and he brought me in and we did that, and that's when Flip and C-Note got together and made a history.
It was off then.
After that, it was non-stop hits after that.
Right. For the folks that may not know, you also are a producer.
Right.
Well,
yeah,
right?
that's my.
You make beats, and
that's how I eat.
Yeah, he eat off the beats. He eat off the beats.
37 years. Thank y'all. I really appreciate all y'all. Everybody that ever purchased everything or listened to, I really appreciate you. It's been a 37-year great run.
37 years. So that means you've been making beats.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
Like okay, like what happened in your mind where you're like, you know what, this is the type of shit I'm gonna start doing?
Well, after seeing Boosie and Parliament, and my mama letting me go see these shows, and actually letting me go to the Coliseums by myself, seeing them at like 10, 11, 12 years old, 13 years old, like that, watching these cats, that made me really want to do this, you know what I'm saying? Watching them, watching my daddy. My daddy was in the game, but it was nothing like watching them, because they had got to this pinnacle where, hey man, my mom was allowing me to go to these concerts. So I see all the great things, some of the greatest artists, like James Brown. I went to about 3-4 James Brown concerts when he was in his highest height. Yeah. So he taught me how to grab that mic and act a fool with it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's just been my life. Yeah. It's in my vein. I can't help it.
If you was to say like one artist that I guess you admired your style after, or just your hustle after, who would that be?
Oh, my one artist that really just
that one.
It's hard. Marvin Gaye make me just love what I do. Marvin Gaye, man, I don't know. I love to record. I love to sing. Do your hooks. That's why I was known for. I do the hook. Right. When I come to the meeting, I got a hook on there and your track. So it ain't just, So I was known for that. So Marvin is the one.
Marvin.
Man, I gotta start this in. He ain't just doing that. You got to see when this boy in action.
It's different.
You gonna be laying down the soprano, the tenor. That you ain't even gonna know. You gonna be like, that boy sounds off. He gonna lay down all the parts. It's gonna sound like a
falsetto.
It's gonna sound like about 3-4 people.
That's hard.
That blended in like a little choir.
That's hard.
A little quartet, but it's gonna be all him, and he gonna do all the parts. You gonna be like that, and he gonna hit them hoes. It's gonna sound a little off. when it's separate.
Yeah, but when he put it together,
you be like
damn, I ain't know.
That boy harmonies on point.
Right,
You know?
right.
Some cats be off pitch, some don't. That's why you feel the soul and the magnitude of the song.
Right.
It's raw.
Right.
It's not. I ain't knocking T-Pain. It's not T-Pain.
Right. No auto tune.
Pitches and everything.
Right.
Yeah, so when he said Marvin, I had to reiterate because it really is like when you hear Marvin doing all those different,
those
parts,
pitches in his voice,
and
right.
and he's layering them on top of each other. That is what I have witnessed him doing. It is crazy to see how this man's brain works.
That's hard. So for the folks that may not know, tell the people. Yeah, that's live. Tell the people that may not know about all the different artists that you have worked with, as far as if they got on your beat or whatever you've done musical wise that people may not know.
It ranges from Willie D with Clean Up Man, Raheem with Mac Daddy, all the way to Scarface, Getting It, Bun B, C-Note, Botany Boys, Forever Botany, Little Flip, Boxers, Trojan Boxers, D-Threat. Out there in Dallas, it was an awesome song. That song played ridiculous. Y'all was the first one to really play my music in Dallas.
Yeah.
Y'all was the first station that really actually gave me that opportunity of hearing my music.
Right.
From Bobblehead with Power Wall and to E-Class to Code 3 to H-Town Boys and Jodeci. They got a joint together. I did Knocking Your Heels Off. I mean, the list goes on, man.
Right.
I worked all over this country doing.
That's good. Yeah, it seems like the list go on too, man.
The list goes on.
And they got a rap sheet for real.
Yeah, we talking about ESG, Big Hawk, Roll Up a Blunt, Big Pokey, Hardest Pit in the Little, Tripping Me Out. And it goes on.
Yeah.
Stories. I'm writing a book right now called The Rise and Fall of the Empires of H-Town. It's gonna chronicleize my whole like 37 years of doing this, you know what I'm saying? Even times before that, because I feel like the young peoples don't have enough of the history.
Enough education on it.
Yeah, see, once you get the history of it, then you'll realize where we, why we won and why we lost. We have to tell why we won, but we also got to tell why we lost so we won't repeat it again. Next time when Houston get back up, D-Town get back up, I hope we all up at the same time so Texas will be looked at, not just, just one market.
Right.
Yeah. So
let's talk about Texas one-on-one jams. Right? So where exactly can people listen to your station?
Well, y'all can check me out, stream now. Y'all can pull it up. We actually got our own app, Texas 101 Jams, but you could also pull it up through the TuneIn app, radio app. It's also on Streamer. So if you can click on streamer.com and pull up Texas 101 Jams for y'all that don't want to, they ain't got no memory on your phone and can't download, all these apps. Because I know how that go too. So you can just click on that, and you can always follow me on Instagram at Fox, that's 2 X's, so FOXX_Y_lady. And I also have the link in my bio of where you can pull it up at as well. So Texas 101 Jams has been going about, I think we celebrated 12 years, as a station. So it's been, popping for a minute, but now we trying to actually make it more of a staple. So y'all, come help me do that.
Man, y'all tap in with them, man. They're good people over there. I'm telling you that, personally, and I, that's from, experiencing myself. You know what I'm saying? It's love. Once you walk in, you feel right at home. You know what I'm saying? I think y'all should definitely support it. And then my main thing is black owned.
Yeah, it's black owned. Say that again.
Black owned.
We always try to talk about what power we got in
Let's
our
go
dollars.
Support it.
Y'all better go on ahead and put them dollars in the right spot.
Yeah. So let's do this. Let's talk about some Houston politics if we can.
Oh, God dang it. We're about to get into it.
Yeah, we're finna get into it. Music-wise, what do you guys think about the music scene in Houston right now?
I love Houston's music scene, but I feel like the players need to learn how to play the game. They don't know how to really play the game. I feel like Houston is hurting itself when it comes to is music culture.
Talk about it.
From the radio to the CEOs to the artists. We have a lot of Houston artists that have made their mark and their money based off of the fans that support this culture. But you will not see these big artists show up to a Houston culture event unless their name is on it or unless it's their proclamation day. Right. And I know it's a whole bunch of y'all that know who I'm talking about, so I'm not going to tell you what names it is.
Yeah, we ain't gonna put
because
no
hopefully
names
y'all will come and defend yourself on my show later. So I ain't going to talk
right,
about it right now.
Yeah.
But you know who you are. If it speaks to you, it's you.
Yeah.
And
we need them on Texas 101 Jams.
Yeah, y'all catch me out on Texas 101 Jams. I still love y'all. I'm still support your music. I still stream. So I'm still paying your bills, okay? Because I'm still streaming your music. But I would like to actually see you show up to an event and not just on other people's podcasts or when somebody else big has an event in Houston. Right. We can't come together we can't see these big names on Screw Day, but we can see all these people show up to a 50 Cent Texas Tycoon. That's a problem for me, because we now have it proclamated. He's got his own day. We got, July 20th and we got a whole Screw Week. I'm going to have a problem as a culture if the people who actually benefited from the legacy of Screw and we're as fans or as a city are trying to pay homage and we're trying to show the love. Right. 3-2, it's about, Big Mello. It's a lot of y'all that use different names of their passing and want to RIP and want to, make these hashtags and show these throwback pictures that you got with them. But when it's time to show up for their legacy, I ain't seeing y'all. I don't see y'all there.
So would you consider you guys media? Would you consider yourself a media personality?
I consider myself a media personality, but I also just consider myself a lover and fan of the culture that only wants to see it be promoted and grow bigger so that we all can really benefit from it. Right. I mean, and not just individual gatekeepers benefiting from it and telling others how they should benefit from it or what they need to pay their way in to get for us to get on your bandwagon with you. I really feel like the genuine love is missing, and it's a clout love. It's a trick. It's some trick or treat type shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna trick you and give me a treat. Right. Well, I am out of treats, at my doorstep. So don't ring my doorbell. My porch light is off for this Halloween until you show up and show out.
And the reason I say that is because is Houston big on media platforms? Like, is there a lot of major platforms that the artists can go to and promote and help with and help bring the city bigger? Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. There's a whole bunch of platforms, but what ends up happening is you have these artists that want to get on platforms that are big in other cities and other markets. And unfortunately, it's a problem that we really have down here where you do have a lot of artists, and when they get big, they have to go outside the city, and then the city wants to claim them and jump on the bandwagon. Once they get big, when you had an opportunity to make them big right here before they had to get out from the city. Right. So I can't even be all the way mad at them for doing that and leaving the city because the city put you in that position. Right. So if that's the only way for you to thrive, because we done saw you grow up as a little kid and this and that, but we ain't never really put you out there so that other people can consume you. Until then, once they get on it, now it's we done known them since they was a little kid. We done watched them grow up. Or they name used to be such and such in school and all that kind of stuff. Right. Don't nobody care about that.
Don't nobody care. That was then.
That was then. Now that they
what are you doing for me lately?
Yeah, if you was there and helped them get big, then we can be all about them stories. But if you was not there and just let them Rudy Poo with their little dreams and we just hope the best for you and you gonna do we gonna pray for you and then they get big and now you want to put all the throwback stories and throwback pictures. That's a problem.
Right, that's real. Let me ask you. Speak about what you was gonna say.
You had asked a question on how we feeling about today's music in Houston. I just wanted to say I've been gloomy for the last How long it's been? So a question like that right now is like, it's like I can't even think about the music problem we got because I gotta look at my two young OGs looking like idiots.
Hold up. I was about to get to that. That's the question I was about to get to, and I'm glad you segued us there. You know, you can ask. see, and look, by you being an SUC member, you know, OG, an older guy out here in the age, you know what I'm saying? When you saw that, so I mean, if you wasn't under the rock. So let me go and bust it down. So two guys that I look at as legends, you know, especially a guy like Zero. I really grew up on that. I grew up on that for real. Video surfaced. We just see Ro on the ground, you know, look like he just got jumped on or whatever. When we see Trae in the vicinity, right? And then we also see Ro come out and say it was an ambush, you know. It was an ambush. Trae pulled him to the side, say, let me holler at you. And then he just started saying people put hands and feet on him, right? Trae then came out and responded. He said, you know, he gave his piece, right? Right? Then another video just resurfaced not too long ago. Well, a day or two ago, right? The full video. And we see people putting hands and feet on Ro, right? So you, as an OG in the game, nigga that been in Houston like that, how did you feel when you see all this shit happening?
Where's the screw love? Where's the screw love, man? I mean, come on, man. Man, Screw died, man. Put all us on the map. You know, even, you know, I had been on the map already, but Screw came in and made me even bigger by working with young men and getting them they sound out there, developing a sound for Houston. And here we is representing him like, I was so glad you touched on Fox about them not showing up. That's cool. But when you show up and you show out like that, I wish you don't show up. I'm glad you didn't show up.
But that was at a 50 Cent.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
event.
like, I'm glad they didn't come to Screw with the house with that, because that'd have been another problem.
Right.
But I was initially upset at both because they know better. But Rose at another place, you know, right now in life, and we watching Rose number 10 of all times on the list, and then we got congratulations. We got, you know, young man Trae with the presidential award. So I'm real proud, standing up real nice, only to see once again the rise and fall. Now I'm gonna have to put the rise and fall of the artists of H-Town because I'm seeing that now, where they rise and they do something stupid and fall.
Trae got a whole day in Houston, don't he?
I mean, it's a whole week, a whole month. But I'm just not understanding how we even look.
How you think it got to that point?
It got to that point on one, egos, two, opportunities.
Talk about it.
Because there's any other place you should be doing any of that type of stuff, bro. It shouldn't have been at 50 Cent.
Taco and weekend shit. Right.
Thank you.
Right.
Come on, man. It's getting pathetic. I really right now talk to some head leaders, you know, of the city, and I ain't gonna call names. We want to be careful not to be doing too much talking about the situation and end up being a case file, because we don't want to do no snitching.
Right.
But I'm really upset that Screw Love seems to be dissipating away from Houston. And I love that. I love the fact I can come to you, Big Tuck, and that I know them. I know all, you know, Chief, all them. I don't, you know, really lock hands with a lot of the cats out there, you know, and I just really want us as Texas to not show the hate that we've been seeing amongst each other. And it even go for my second city I love, D-Town. Yeah. You know, y'all showed me so much love, and I tried to give back to y'all also and try to work with E-Class and several other artists out there. Rest in peace, my man, Capone, and rest in peace, you know, to some of the rally boys. But I just want to let y'all know, man, this a doom. I've been messed up here. She'll tell you I've been
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it, bro.
Where do you see it going after this? Like, is there a way shit can get resolved?
Knowing road now.
Straight up.
No, I just don't see it because really it's getting worse and worse. And I'm gonna say this too. I want y'all really realize, y'all, hey, that between them.
Leave that them.
You know what I'm talking about? We want to one day see another ABN album. We want to see some other stuff come from them young men. Something might happen. I know we have a man up there that can change anybody. So just let it ride, man. This a whole, H-Town, we don't do it like that. We're going to go to the boxing ring and make it happen. You feel me? So let it ride, y'all. Y'all let it ride out there. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Foxy, what you think about the whole situation? Let's talk about it.
You know that emoji, that's it. That's how I feel about it. That emoji that you see, I feel that way because he knows I couldn't even talk about it on the radio like that because it's real simple. I don't care who was right and who's wrong. You don't take family business outside, and it's just too much. I expect that out of followers. I expect that out of these people that are on social media that don't know better, that don't know themselves, that are following a blueprint of we just air our dirty laundry out here, whatever. People that know better. That's all I got to say about that because you do not handle family business outside. Period. So it just wasn't a time, it wasn't a place, and I pray for it to just be dead. I just pray for y'all just dead that hoe, whether it's gonna be y'all ain't talking no more or y'all gonna come together, but whatever it is, it needs to be dead because time is not gonna heal all these wounds. Y'all need to either get over it or stick to the asshole by nature creed. One or the other. Just pick a lane and be there, and we gonna be all good.
Right.
That's where I'm at with that.
Right. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully it's just,
Really, the only sad thing is it's the distraction from the other things we stand for. That's really where my problem is. When a drama becomes a bigger distraction than what we represent for real, then I don't know what the point is. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, let's switch it up. Y'all think y'all can give me like at least three artists out of Houston that's, I guess making some noise, but the world may not know about them yet.
The sad part about it, the three artists that I actually would have named is dead. And that would have been D Bando, Chucky Trae, and FMG Santana.
Right.
Song 4-4, yeah. They would have been the three artists.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
See, that's sickening to me. You asking me something that I should be easy to say, yeah, Fred over there and Todd over there. I can't do that. Yeah. I gotta say the three cats that I would say that's blowing up right now out of Houston is dead.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna say the reason why is there's a lot of people that I do feel have potential to blow up. Yeah, I know. But the problem is with the city is that you again. It's a lot of cloud chasing. So I do feel like a lot of people are treating this game as a hobby and they ain't really serious about it. They got really good talent, but for whatever reason, they're expecting others to automatically recognize that and give them some respect that they haven't actually grinded and put in the work. You ain't showing up to these shows. You ain't putting in work at these showcases. You ain't doing what you need to do to make that buzz for yourself. You got the talent, you got something that got the look, but again, they just don't have their steps in order.
Right.
So I would love to shout out a whole bunch of people, to be honest, that I've even, played some on the radio. Some people got some good music, but I'm waiting for those steps to get ordered because it don't matter if I shout you out. If you're not putting in the work, if I show up to a show and you don't know half the song that you chose to perform, You know what I'm saying? That's a problem.
Nigga just lazy.
Or if I go to your show and everybody, you got 10 entourage people on stage that know your song, I don't know why they not in the audience, so they could look like it's people in the audience that know your song. Nobody in the audience knows your song, but all your homeboys is on stage with you and they know your song.
Right.
So it's those little bitty things that need to be cleaned up, and that ain't just Houston artists, just artists in general. Right. You know, we've gone out of town and seen some other people in different shows out of town as well. So it's just artists in general. If you really love this, if this is what you really want to do, I should be able to feel that. It should not be, you should not be having to convince me that hard because you love to do this. It should be infectious. And that part is missing. Right. It just seems like they just up there doing you a favor. Yeah. Like, you ain't doing me no favors. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know you. Right. You ain't doing me no favors. Let me know, make me feel like, man, I slept on that boy. Who was that? Like, y'all not giving me that no more like you used to see back in the day. Right. Even if a artist and faded to black, I'll still feel the love for their craft if I see them perform. And I'm starting to see people using this rap game as part of their clout.
It's just a hustle.
Yeah, it's part of something I'm just gonna tell you I do so that you think I got my hands in some stuff that I ain't got my hands in. I got a studio in my house. I got tracks I got about 50 tracks on the computer that don't nobody know about. You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't nobody know about them hoes? Yeah, yeah. Put them out. What are you saving them for? A rainy day? When? You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people that you ain't gonna be perfect, and your flaws are beautiful. I just need to see that you want this. Right. That I need you to give me that energy, and I'm not feeling that energy. Y'all are playing around, and that's where the problem comes. And that's why the radio game is changing too. That, you know, getting the bag and what you paying out for spins and all that kind of stuff. Don't get me wrong, it is a money game. You do need to pay for your spins, okay? Mm-hmm. But if you had some real content, then you ain't got to pay me for me to put on something that I really feel should be heard. Right. But if you're going to give me some garbage, best believe you have to pay me to play that garbage on the radio. You have to pay me.
She letting y'all know now if it's trash,
you know
come with the cash.
And I'm going to act like I like that hoe. But
you going to tell them straight up?
Hey, man, I love this, man. I like what you're doing.
I like you personally.
You know what I'm saying?
But this ain't it.
There's been artists that I have asked, like, yo, I like this track. You know what I'm saying? What you doing with this track? They'll send me about 5 other tracks. I'll be like, I asked you about this one. This the one I like. Right. This the one I want to play. Right. Right. You ain't trying to put no video out for that. You ain't trying to master. There's people that send me songs that ain't mastered. That be rough edits. There be songs that you send me videos of all the stuff that I'd be like, yeah, I mean, that hoe is trash. But if you want to pay me, I love that hoe. Sure. Right. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I put that hoe today on. You can
Foxxy letting y'all know
send it to my email right now.
She is about the bag.
And I will be, I'm about it when you playing with my life. If you playing with me, you is going to have to give me some money. Right. But if you love it, I love it, and it's all love. And it is genuine love. We got to get back to the genuine love, but you got to actually love what you do. Don't be making it seem like I'm supposed to love what you do. Right.
It also, whether it's good or not, it's only good for how much you put behind it. So yeah, you're gonna have to pay for, you know, you talking about rotation or whatever. Yeah, that's the game. I mean, that's part of it. And you start with the small stations, small shows, and you build it up. That's part of the underground. And you build it up, and then when things start building, then you're able to pay like everybody else, you know, with the big boys. Yeah. So it's all a process, man. It's all about, I tell cats all the time. My mama, she sang Pretty as a Bird. I ain't cut her no album for free. You know what I'm saying? That's my mama. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, for real, man. This is a real game.
My mama can't get it.
My mama can't get a free album. She might get a record now. I ain't gonna say she can get a record. So you get no free album, man. You
better come on with that paperwork.
When I do albums, I lead up with everything on me, like my mind, psychological. I gotta go through all the problems you went through on that album, and all. It's a psychological thing, so I gotta get paid for that. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the real deal, man, it's like it's only gonna do what you put into it. I mean, you know, hey man, I tell cats all the time, put some money on your mouth. Right. Really believe in your mouth, put some money on it. I ain't talking about no little money. I understand y'all paying $50 a track now. You get what you paid for. But that ain't what I'm about. I produce records. I'm not a beat maker. I can make you a badass beat, but somebody have to produce it. And that's what I do. I produce your beat, and I make the beat, and I produce your record. Right. Because the record got to come out sounding like what they buying. Right. Ain't nobody got time to have a beat maker, you know, come in and act like he know how to produce and then learn on your dime. Right. That person that's doing that music have to know what he's doing in that lab too. That's why cats go buy all the equipment we have and whatever, and they think they can make an album, but when they come out and put it out there, it's a demo sound. It don't sound like this here. Yeah. You know, and man, my stuff fall out when I hear your stuff. Your stuff ain't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you can master it loud, but if the painting ain't all the colors don't fuse together like an art, it ain't gonna come out right. It can be, it's loud noise. You know what I'm saying? So I done seen great records be handled by people that don't know what they doing and killed the record just on the production of the final of it. So, you know, it's kilohertz and all type of stuff that people don't know that goes within hit records. You know what I'm saying? So if it ain't on the same wavelength that it is this day, not like yesterday, or you know what I'm saying, if it ain't on the same wavelength, same kilohertz, you kill your record right there, because now it sound dated. Yeah, because it ain't on the same frequencies. Right. People don't know that.
A lot of guys just really want to, you know, get behind the mic and just rap.
Right, and they
don't know. They don't know. If you don't have an engineer, you got to learn how to be an engineer. You got to learn how to mix and master yourself. You got to pay for studio time, promotion. You got, you know, it's a lot.
You know, you got some people that are really good rappers, but you don't have the presence. So you might need to be a ghostwriter, right? Because you don't have that presence, and somebody else that ain't really that good, you know, writing, but they got the presence to get that. Y'all can be a team, but y'all got to find a way to invest back in yourselves and your talent, because there's ways and avenues if that's what you really love.
They found out what works for screw tapes. When Screwed Up Click, they found out what works for screw tapes don't work on the radio. Right. So that's what I appreciate God for making me being able to transition their sound, help them transition their sound to primetime radio. Because on weekends, doing this type of cut, doing this slow down segment, they'll play it. But we talking about getting y'all to play this in the morning when they in the traffic jams and stuff like that. And that's what Diamonds All in Your Face did. That's what Knocking Pictures Out the Wall and a host of other hits I gave them. It allowed them to play them in prime time situations. Right. And that's through production. That's what I'm proud of.
Right. Well, like I already tell, man, like just from both y'all background, from where y'all came from, y'all already making a lot of noise, and you know y'all done did a lot for the city. If you ask me, I just think it can get bigger. I know it's gonna get bigger between both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? What's next for Texas One-on-One Jams?
Well, to be honest, what's next right now is we just looking for some more better content and conversation. I'm at a point now where I got to, the more I've been on the radio, the more I really got to hold myself accountable for my own actions, what I'm putting out there, what I'm doing in the background, so that when I'm speaking on something, it's not contradicting what I'm actually living. So now I'm to a point where when I speak to somebody else or another guest, what's up next is, hey man, the whole culture, we got to hold each other accountable. It's too much of us that know what's up and just, well, we know what's up, but it is what it is.
Right.
No, that ain't it no more. That ain't gonna cut it. So I'm more at a point now where I'm about to hold your feet to the fire. I want you to say it on air, so that way when something happens later, we can
be
pull
accountable.
this back out.
Right.
And hey, man, what happened to this person? Don't give my listeners no clickbait soundbite.
Yeah.
If you ain't talking about, if you gonna be real about it and you know, snitch on yourself on the record, but snitch on yourself on my show and let me know what's up. And stand by that. So right now, my at Texas One, I'm trying to get bigger, but my main focus right now is just holding myself accountable and the people around me. So that way things can actually stay planted. There can actually be a foundation for people to grow from. Right now, I think things are just a little too fickle, and the blueprint that's already out there is not for anybody to win. It's just for you to boost your ego and get some likes. So I'm just trying to implement a new blueprint for people to model after, which is on a foundation of real, genuine love and respect and what we really want for ourselves. Somehow we got away from that. So we're starting that here at Texas One-on-One Jam. So if you really want to get your life together, I can't do it for you, but I'm gonna help you. I can help you.
Tap in.
And tap in.
Straight up. I mean, look, I really appreciate both of y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. And here at the Squarebidness Podcast, we appreciate y'all too. It's the first time, but it will not be the last time. You know that for sure. If there's anything y'all want to tell the audience, man, go on, holler at them right now. Tell them where they can meet you, where they can see you, where they can greet you, where they can listen to you, all that.
Well, you can catch me on Facebook at LD's the Fox. That's LDISE. That's short for Lauren Denise. So, you know, but yeah, LD's the Fox on Facebook. On Instagram, it's Fox, 2X's _Y_lady. And, yeah, just to let y'all know again, you know, I have to keep telling y'all this, but if you become my friend, do not video call me. I've been having to put that PSA out. I don't know why we got to do that these days, but I don't know you in real life. If I get to know you, still don't video call me because I don't video chat people.
Right.
But don't video call me. That's what I got to say.
I'm telling you now.
But shout out, and I'm a you know, I like it.
4-6.
Saturday 4 to 6 Fox Lady Show. I'm sorry, I had to get that PSA out.
I understand.
It's been real out
you
here.
off.
But 4 to 6 every Saturday, and you know, sometimes we switch that time up and let things run a little longer if the conversation has been good, like we did yesterday. So yeah, y'all check it out and actually give us some feedback and let us know what you want to talk about.
Straight up.
Okay. My information is at SUC Jhiame Sinatra. That's SUCJHIAME Sinatra. Y'all know it. Then Jhiame Bradshaw. That's my Facebook. Jhiame Bradshaw. JHIAME Bradshaw. Also, go see the movie Where's My Cup. I'm featured on that. If you ever and YouTube, my YouTube channel is the Jhiame Bradshaw Show. Yeah. The Jhiame Bradshaw Show. Go check me out. Also check out my new album, The Beauty and the G, and my other album coming soon, dropping soon, Orgasm Soul, my first Southern Soul album. I like and also my greatest hits, Surf City Hits, Volume 1 with all my hits on it. Well, not all of them, but some of the hits on it. And my Volume 2 coming soon. Check me out. And also Swinging in the Rain. We're right at 10 million right now. And shouts out to Mona Leo for the remake of the Knocking Pictures Off the Wall. We appreciate you. And we just thanking God what's going on with my life right now.
That's what's up, man. Much success to the both of you, man. We got Jhiame and we got Foxxy. Personalities at Texas One-on-One Jam. Y'all make sure y'all tap in. What time? You said every Saturday?
Every Saturday. 4 to 6.
4 to 6. And do not be FaceTiming her because she don't go for it.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Not that kind of part.
Question or something, I will show or I will put it on air. So y'all let me know. I'm always for feedback, just not on the video.
Straight up. Hey, well, I appreciate you, man. We signing out. Squarebidness Podcast. Y'all make sure y'all tap in. Y'all like, y'all subscribe. Triple D that. All the way in the H, man. Let's go.